Hello everyone, and welcome back to another solo build, this time against Arch Tempered Kushala Daora. He's giving me a big roar there. I happen to dodge it, and I'm moving on to cluster bombs. The weapon you see in my hands is called the Dark Devourer. It's pretty famously known, or maybe infamously known, as a cluster bomb heavy bowgun. Those have gotten kind of a nasty reputation, not because of how bad they are, but actually because of how good they are. I think some people feel a little cheated when they work really hard to get a kill using their favorite melee weapon, and then they see somebody just burning a monster down with the cluster bomb, and that's the truth. I've shown you a lot of counter builds, solo builds, whatever you want to call them. I've shown you a lot of them, and the truth is, most of the time, all you have to do is use a cluster bomb setup on the Dark Devourer. That's all you need to do. It's very straightforward. So it's kind of an interesting thing because people get irritated by this. They don't like to see another weapon do so well. But it's just a reality of the game. Capcom has not nerfed the... Ooh, there's some wind pressure. Capcom has not nerfed the cluster bombs, so what are you going to do about it? What I'm doing here is not a pure cluster bomb build. If it was, I would have maxed out my damage. What I have instead is more of a defensive sticky build. We have KO on the build. See, that's going to help the sticky ammo with proccing multiple knockdowns. And the reason... You know, when I'm picking out a solo build for each of the monsters, the reason why I finally went Dark Devourer is because for Kushala Daora in particular, or Arch Tempered Kushala Daora, it's especially useful just for him. So if you were to learn the heavy bowgun Dark Devourer just for one monster, Kushala Daora would probably be that monster. Does that make sense? And by the way, he's not available on the PC yet. He will be available after Zora Magdaros, I want to say. I'm pretty sure it goes that order. Extreme Behemoth, Arch Tempered Zora Magdaros, Arch Tempered Kushala Daora. I'm pretty sure that's the order that you get them. He's not available on PC yet, but this build is completely accessible on PC. I did that on purpose for the future for you guys. So when he does become available, you could always, if you bookmarked this video, you can come back to it. You could save the build later. The build's always shown at the end of the video, by the way. You can save the build, come back to that later. It's a pretty classic, I don't know if classic's the right word, but it's pretty classic for me, sticky ammo build. And what's nice about sticky ammo on the Dark Devourer is you're still completely able to access the cluster bombs anyways. See, as you can tell, you're not, unlike the light bowguns. When I make a sticky ammo build on the light bowguns, what other ammo type is there for me to access? Not much other than the Wyvern Blast, I want to say. But on the, that was some sleep ammo there. On the Dark Devourer, you get sticky ammo, and then cluster bombs are just always good. So you get to use them no matter what. Alright, so he's in the air, and I'm going to go ahead and shoot him out of the air, essentially. This is the real reason why, of all the solo builds, if I was going to show you Dark Devourer, I probably would want to show you just for Kushala Daora. It's just too good against him. He likes to fly a lot, it's very frustrating. Capcom nerfed the flash pods, as you guys remember, so there's a limited number of times you can use flash pods, but if you're using sticky ammo, it doesn't matter. You're going to shoot him in the air to deal damage, and you're going to knock him out of the air anyways. And there he goes. He is knocked out of the air. And it looks like he was knocked out from damage? Yeah, I don't see the KO starts. So that tells you, the sticky ammo is not the most efficient source of damage by any means, but it's still pretty good. Let's go ahead and proc sleep. So we put on sleep on Arch Tempered Kushala Daora as well. It only took what was that, 2 shots, maybe 3? If I had to guess, we could probably proc it twice, which would be useful for the team as well. Alright, he's jumping up. Assuming you brought this with you on a team fight. Of course, if you did that, you would mostly only use the sticky ammo so that you don't knock other players away from him. It's hard to say, though, because he is so frustrating to fight. There's probably plenty of opportunities where you'd be able to use the cluster bombs anyways. Probably when your teammates are dead, right? But yeah. Come on, he's knocking me around so I can't reload. That's one of the downsides to the build. You have a very long reload on your sticky ammo. And you can see what I did there. The jumping attack off the side of a cliff will actually reload your weapon for you. So that's really a trick you should familiarize yourself with. I talked about it in my heavy bowgun tutorial. I suppose I'll leave a link to the heavy bowgun tutorial in the comment section. I always try to link one useful video that I think you guys would benefit from. Alright, so he's knocked down again, and that was a Wyvern ammo shot that I just got off on him. Now it looks like I'm getting ready to put him to sleep. But he's going to run off to the next area. Wow, that landed. Hit the very tip of his tail. Alright. You know, since I'm using Dark Devourer, what you could probably have on your Palico is you could probably have a paralysis weapon for a proc of paralysis. There's also the Paratoad down there at the bottom of this hill. The Paratoad will paralyze him as well. Finally, if you prefer the Magdagometus, the Magdagometus does slightly less damage. However, it does come with 1 proc of paralysis ammo. So you could use that weapon alternatively. These two weapons are very similar to each other. Kick this Paratoad as well. Or not Paratoad, Blastoad. Well, that one didn't do as much damage, it looked like. Alright, he did a lot of damage to me right there. And notice I haven't died once, okay? I'm still completely alive. Yeah, I've got Fortitude on the build if I... Oh, good, I put him to sleep. I've got Fortitude on the build if I need to do that. You know, if I need to die and get the defense and damage boost. So here are my Mega Barrel Bombs, and I'm going to wake him up with the Wyvern Ammo, which is what you do with the Heavy Bowgun. You wake him up with the Wyvern Ammo because it has a really powerful shot. It's not as good as like the Great Sword or even the Hammer, but it's easier, it's simpler. Yeah, it's much easier. You never mess it up. Alright, and I could already tell he wants to go back up into the air because he is angry. I really wish Kushala Daora had been an ice monster. I actually wonder if we'll get like a variant of him in Iceborne. Wouldn't that be interesting? A variant of Kushala Daora, but this time maybe he uses like ice attacks? That would be neat. I'd like that. Yeah, there weren't enough ice monsters in the initial launch of Monster Hunter World, and it makes me actually wonder. I imagine, would it be too much of a conspiracy to suspect that Capcom intentionally did not add ice monsters to Monster Hunter World so that they could do them later in the expansion? I mean, they must have already been thinking about, okay, what's our expansion going to be? What's our G rank going to be? They might have been thinking, hey, we'll have, you know, they might have been saying this, we'll have ice, water, and maybe a little more thunder. That's what I'm thinking, because there is just so many fire monsters in the initial launch, the launch of the regular title, right? It can't be coincidence. I don't think it is. They seem to, I would say Capcom seems to pay too much attention to the RNG balancing between ideas. So I would say it was probably intentional. So here we are once again just railing on him with all, that's why we have our temporal mantle on. We are just going crazy with our sticky ammo, and he just went down, so I'm going to go ahead and load my special ammo here. The special ammo type is Wyvern Heart, of course, and I do not have any weakness exploit or max might or crit eye or crit boost, so it's not doing as much damage as it could. However, I do like to use it from time to time. It's pretty fun. Even without all of those boosts, just the raw damage on the Dark Devourer kind of carries it. You can see he actually knocked down from damage right afterwards. Also, did you see that weird thing happening there? I wonder why my ammo shot off to the side like that. It does that sometime. I'm not sure what causes it. Probably something in the game engine. Like, here's another thing. Did you notice when you pierce a monster with a type of bullet, it'll like shoot off to the side? It seems like it does. I can't figure it out. Maybe it's just my eyes, or maybe it is actually programmed so that the bullet kind of deflects to the left or the right or something like that. But the thing is, the reason why I don't think that's the case is because the bullet always shoots off in the same direction. Alright, and you can just see knockdown after knockdown after knockdown. This is really typical for the sticky ammo to cost this, especially if you're going with like an actual sticky ammo build. Another knockdown. This time it's probably KO'd. Yep, you can see it on his head, he's KO'd. So we've got sleep ammo, we've got poison ammo, which is actually not bad against Kushala Daora. We've got sticky ammo KOs. Alright, he's limping. I actually make a mistake at this point in the video because he's jumping up to fly. And then, I'm curious because I remember going, what the heck happened? Oh, I see. The sticky ammo actually caused him to pause. Okay, so he's going to go back and continue to fight me in this stage. What I thought happened when I played it, I thought that he had run off to his nest, so I started to run down there, and then I'm looking at my map going, well, he's not in the nest. Yeah, hold on. I'll be confused in 3, 2. I'm like, wait a second. Alright, I gotta run back. Yeah, the sticky ammo interrupted him while he was trying to get away. but he is in kill range for his health. Unfortunately, you can't capture Elder Dragons, right? We all know this. Ooh, is this going to kill me? No, you see what I did there? So I didn't want to risk dodging that move. That was his most powerful move. So what I said was, I will go ahead and guard it, which is why we have the shield decoration. Similar here. So he's got his aerial attacks, right, his wind, and rather than trying to outroll them in case they do damage, I'm just going to go ahead and guard them to be completely safe. Alright, so we have a little bit of cluster bombs left, cluster bomb 2. You'll notice earlier I wasn't really using any cluster bombs, and the reason that is we ran out of them. And what I could have done at any time in the video, I could have farcasted to the nearest camp. In fact, the nearest camp is so close, I pretty much could have just ran to it. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to show you how many KOs and knockdowns you get with that sticky ammo. I guess he's above range of those flash pods. Let's go run up to his nest and finish this. Yeah, I could have gotten more cluster ammo anytime I wanted. Cluster ammo is the highest damage ammo for what I'm doing. Technically, I think the spread ammo level 3 is, well, yeah, if you wanted to do the most damage, it would actually be spread ammo level 3 on a totally different build, the Glutton Heavy Bowgun. But the Glutton Heavy Bowgun is not going to be as effective against Kushala Daora as the Dark Devourer or Thegameconomist with the sticky ammo builds and cluster bombs. And that's just because he moves around too much. He flies, right? If he's flying, you can't use spread ammo. So it's one of those limitations of the spread ammo, right? That's what Kushala Daora presents you with, a challenge for your spread ammo. This is possible, it's just not easy. It's possible to keep them juggled. Alright, Mega Barrel Bombs again. You always keep materials to craft more Mega Barrel Bombs. That's a rule in the game. Mega Barrel Bombs and Max Potions. Alright, 500 damage from that shot of Wyvern ammo. And here I accidentally used the slice ammo. I thought I had moved over to the sticky. When I realized it was the wrong ammo type, I was like, oh shoot. Alright, and I'm kind of trying to land all my shots here. That's going to be a KO, right? Yeah, KO. And look, I reloaded my gun. Remember, when you jump off of a cliff, if you use your jump attack, not only will you deal mount damage, but you'll also reload your weapon. So I quickly reloaded my sticky ammo there. And despite how far away he is, I'm still getting shots in, you know? That's really the reason why you just can't go wrong with the sticky ammo build on the Dark Devourer against Kushala Daora. And there is a mount using my ledge hop, right? That's my aerial attack. You don't get to do this very often with the bowgun, but I feel like for me in particular, I do it all the time. Just because I love to use ledges for reloading, means I'm often looking for a mount as well. Alright, we're going to go ahead and knock him down. You don't get a lot of mount damage on that final hit with the bowguns. It's pretty small, but you do get the knockdown, which is nice. And here we go with the Wyvern ammo. Once again, I used the ledge to reload the ammo rather than going through the whole animation, and he's dead. Yeah, very easy. Let's go ahead and take a look at the build. Right, Dark Devourer, you'll notice that for the mods, I have 2 health regen mods. You could go attack and health regen if you want. For the mods, it was double recoil and shield. And here we are with the skills. You'll notice that I built it specifically for people who don't have a lot. Okay, I was nice, because I could have been more efficient. This is totally accessible on the PC. We have Artillery Charm 3, right? And then we have 3 levels of KO, and that's spread throughout the armor. We have Vitality, we have Fortitude. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, right. So it's not showing it on the right, and that's because I would have to scroll over one more time to show it off. But we also have the Spare Shot skill, and that's coming from 3 pieces of Zenajiva armor. Okay? So it's pretty straightforward. Spare Shot, Ammo Up, Slugger, and Artillery. That's for your damage. And then for your defense, you have Health Boost, Fortify, 1 level of Divine Blessing, and the Guard Up skill for being able to guard like those big gusts that are going to kill you in one shot. That's the entire build. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.